And continuing coverage, Illinois agencies on aging hosted statewide rallies urging lawmakers to continue funding the Older Americans Act as the federal government dissolves the Administration for Community Living. Fox Illinois' Emily Jordan attended one of the rallies and heard from older adults who rely on those services. Emily?
Senior Services of Central Illinois is funded through the Older Americans Act, and they serve as a community hub for older Americans in Springfield. Frances Phillips is one of more than 400,000 Illinoisans receiving support from the Older Americans Act.
Yes, I hope the people in Washington are listening to us common people, because a lot of us are going to get hurt if these programs run through as they're projected.
Phillips says he's gotten legal advice, license discounts, and more from Senior Services of Central Illinois. And he's not the only one who says these services are critical.
It's important to me because I use several of the services, and I tell people about the services. I partook in a lot of the activities here, and it just kept me going.
Dewana Henderson relies on food services from Senior Services of Central Illinois.
Me and my husband, it helped us with just getting through the day, getting through the week, getting through the month. They have in the summer, they give you coupons. You can go get food, and I've had food like the Christmas program, Thanksgiving program.
David Stewart, a board member with the Area Agency on Aging, worries those same programs, legal assistance, meals, in-home and chore services, options counseling, transportation, will be cut.
In Washington has made many changes. One of those changes appears to us to be that there will be reorganization of the aging network that has long served the country since the Older Americans Act was passed back in 1965.
Statewide, almost 200,000 people received home-delivered meals last year, and an additional 154,971 received congregate meals. I'm Emily Jordan. Back to you.
Thank you, Emily. While the federal government hasn't made moves to dissolve the Older Americans Act yet, Stewart says the organizational change could make agency services less efficient, making life harder for older adults. And legislators and healthcare advocates holding a conference today advocating for funding amid proposed cuts to Medicaid. They say the Reconciliation Act, recently passed by the U.S. House of Representatives, threatens to cut federal money used to match funding at the state level. Now they are asking Illinois to fill that gap.
However, it seems that when our most vulnerable communities are under attack, the response by our state has been to leave them behind. We are all here to call on Illinois to hold the line.
The provision would not go into effect until October of 2027, giving opponents time to challenge the cuts. And now, continuing coverage, area agencies on aging held rallies across the state to call for legislators to support the Older Americans Act. For the past 60 years, the Older Americans Act has been providing what agencies and older adults alike say are critical services, like ombudsmen and adult protective services. Fox Illinois' Emily Jordan explains how ombudsman keeps older adults safe. Emily?
Kate Schwartz is an ombudsman here in Central Illinois. Ombudsmen are advocates for seniors who help to improve quality of life while maintaining confidentiality, making sure older adults have a voice. An ombudsman is resident-directed, meaning that Schwartz's work is based on the complaints and needs of her clients. She says she wants residents to feel at home in their care facilities, but funding cuts could threaten jobs like Schwartz.
In fact, good nursing homes really like to work with the ombudsman to solve problems that the residents may have and don't bring up or don't describe to them as well as they could, or that their own employees don't want to have reported. There's a lot of good that's done by those people that's sort of under the radar.
Without their job, board member David Stewart and Schwartz say residents are left without a lifeline. Schwartz says it's her job to work with nursing homes as they're working towards the common goal of keeping residents comfortable. I'm Emily Jordan. Back to you.
Thank you, Emily. There are 3 ombudsmen in the Area Agency on Aging for Lincoln Land, serving 114 facilities over 12 counties. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to watch more videos from Fox Illinois.